everyone, you've now picked out your yarn and we are ready to cast on. So what you're going to be needing is for this intro one where you're going to be casting on, so you need your main color and you're going to be needing your smaller size needle. So for me in this pattern it is a US 6 16-inch. I'm going to be needing my stitch marker and that's it. So you're going to be looking into your pattern and you are going to be casting on for the size that you need. So again, pattern is available through either my blog, or if you like the downloadable PDF, it is available for purchase in my Ravelry shop. So I'm doing the long tail cast on. This is my preferred method of cast on. It's one that I use for pretty much every single one of my patterns, something my grandmother taught me years and years ago. And it's just something that stuck with me and is sentimental, and I don't know, I just absolutely love it. So we are going to be casting on the number of stitches that you need for your size. And with the long tail cast on, it literally is you need a big long tail. And sometimes I like giving myself a little extra. I don't mind chopping off a little bit of yarn. I'd rather have a little bit extra than when I get to the end, I don't have enough yarn. So leave yourself a long enough tail for that. And then you're going to be doing a slip knot. So how you're going to be doing a slip knot is you're going to be taking your yarn, you're going to be twisting it, okay? So you're going to be twisting it into a loop. And then going to be twisting it, and then you're going to be taking the yarn that you've twisted and you're going to be pulling it through. Okay, so you're going to be tightening that a little bit and make sure that you don't tighten it too much that it doesn't fit on your needle. So you see here I have a little knot and I'm just going to be putting this on my needle. I want to make sure that it is tight enough. And you want to do this on the actual needle size. Make sure you're not doing this on your cord or on the tips, because those are not the correct size of your actual needle. So you want to make sure that when you're tightening this, that it is on the real size of your needle. So that's a little tip. So you are going to be dividing the strands, and this is very simple. It looks more complicated than it is, okay? So you're going to have your ball of yarn here, and you're going to have your long tail here. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with our thumb. We're going to take it from the underneath and we're going to create a fun loop. So you see here, I took my thumb, I took it from the underneath and I looped it. Okay, you're going to be taking your needle and you're going to be putting it through that loop. You're then going to be taking this yarn over and around your needle. Okay. So you're going to take it over and around. You want to tug a little bit. You don't want it to be super, super loose. And then you're going to take your needle and you're going to pop it out of that loop. Okay, and then you're just going to tighten it. Don't worry, I'm going to do it again. So you go your thumb, you go under, loop. Then you're going to go your needle in. You're going to take your yarn, wrap it around the needle, give it a small tug, not too tight. And then you're going to take your needle and you're going to pop it out. Okay, your thumb under, loop, you're going to take your needle in, going to take your yarn around, and you're going to pop your needle through. Okay, a little faster. Oh. Are you guys getting the hang of it? I'm going to slow it down again. So you take your thumb, under loop, you're going to take your needle in, you're going to wrap it around and poke it through. So I want you to continue this and cast on the number of stitches that you need for your size, and I'll meet you back here. All right, so you just finished casting on the number of stitches required for your size. And now we're going to be joining in the round. It is very, very, very important in this round that you do not twist your stitches. Now what that means is when you lay your needles flat, you want to make sure that nothing is twisted, that it's all pointing in the same direction. When I mean twisted, your yarn could be literally twisted like that. You want to make sure that everything is pointing in the exact same direction before you join in. Now, if it is twisted, you're going to really realize it very soon, and there is no going back. You have to rip out your project. There is no workaround. So that's why you want to make sure that you are not twisting your stitches. So this is where your marker is going to come into place, because you want to mark your beginning of round. I just want to mention that just in case that tail, if it's way too long, I give myself a few inches. That's going to help weave in my ends later. But if it's longer than that, just take a pair of scissors and cut it. But you do want to leave in a little bit of an end because you're going to be weaving in that later on. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting our stitch marker, okay? And we, again, double check, nothing is twisted, that it all looks great. And we're going to be doing a knit 2 and purl 2. So we're going to be taking our yarn, and we're just going to go knit 1, knit 2, and then we're going to go purl 1, and then purl 2. So you're going to do that around the hat, all the way around, and you're going to do that for the number of inches that I indicate in the pattern. So for whatever is your size. The first round is always going to be a little bit tighter because you haven't worked with stitches before, so it can be a little bit fiddly where you need to stretch out those stitches a little bit. That is completely normal and does happen. So we're just going to be knitting up the knit 2 and purl 2 all around.